We have Landorus Incarnate Forme coming to Pokemon Go back into raids. I'm going to give you the CPs, the counter guides, and everything you need to know to make sure to catch this Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Shredder Club. Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you excited about this Pokemon? Because we have the Landorus in the Incarnate Forme going down on Tuesday, April 11th at 10 a.m. local time, and that will go all the way until Monday the 17th at 10 a.m. And then we are going to change over into a different raid boss. And obviously, the Shiny is out for anybody out there that does not have the Incarnate Shiny form. This Pokemon will be a ground and a flying type Pokemon. And just remember, guys, if you do need any more raid battles, I know right now we are limited and we're trying to do our absolute best to be able to get this change, but you have 5 per day. Yes, they are a little bit more expensive, but some of you guys still may value these Pokemon and want the shiny. You can check in the Discord or check the Patreon. That's going to be in the pinned comments below. So this Pokemon, ground and flying, which is going to give it a double weakness, and that is going to be to ice, and a single weakness of water. So there's going to be 2 typings that are going to be able to take down this Pokemon. Obviously, the double weakness in the ice is the most important thing that we're going to look at. And as far as this Pokemon goes, we are going to have it at level 20. It's going to be 2050 for the 100% IVs, and then it will change into level 25, which will be 2563 under 2 conditions, which will be windy weather as well as sunny weather. So sunny weather is a great condition because most of us do get that on a consistent basis, and the windy weather has been boosted in Pokemon Go. And as far as the moveset goes, this Pokemon will get Mud Shot and Rock Throw. Mud Shot being a premier ground type move, and Rock Throw being a pretty good rock type move for the fast moves. And then as far as its charge moves goes, it will get Earth Power, which is the premier ground move. It will also get Focus Blast, Rock Slide, and Outrage. Yes, it is going to get Outrage, which is a premier dragon move as well, which is quite crazy here for this Pokemon. And for all these rock type moves like the Rock Slide as well as the Rock Throw, ice type Pokemon are inherently weak to rock, especially if they're going to be flying in ice. They're going to be double weak to rock, so that's one thing we're going to have to be slightly cautious of, especially things that are going to be glassy, like we will talk about here in some of the shadow Pokemon. And for that Focus Blast here, Focus Blast is going to be strong against all of our ice type Pokemon as well, and it's a very powerful hard hitting move. So if you ever see non-ice types in the party and you only seeing water types, more than likely it's either going to have a rock or a fighting move, which is 50% chance of getting either one of those or not one of those for the charge moves. So in another video coming up very soon, we will talk about the best of this Pokemon to see if it's going to be worth anything with these unique movesets. And if you guys do want to see that playlist before it comes out, you can check out all the top attackers right up here. So to take down this Pokemon with a double weakness, it will take level 40 Pokemon 1.53 trainers. So if you have level 40 Pokemon, you are definitely going to be able to do it. If you have level 50 Pokemon, it's going to go down even stronger. But what makes up these top Pokemon? Well, first and foremost, let's talk about the Pokemon that are going to give you extra XL candy when catching this Pokemon. So we do have flying and we do have ground typing. Okay, so ground typing is going to be Mega Steelix, and we also have the brand new Primal Groudon. And then also boosted for the ground typing is going to be Mega Swampert. Mega Swampert will actually be a powerful Pokemon in here because it will be dual typed. You can use it as water going after this Pokemon, and then you can also use it for the ground Mega Boost. So this Mega Swampert is always one of my favorite Pokemon, very strong and very powerful. And then flying, we have a decent amount here. So we have Mega Charizard Y, that's going to be a flying type. We also have Mega Pidgeot, that will be a flying type. We have Mega Salamence, which will be a flying type. And then also we have Mega Aerodactyl. So if whichever ones of those you have at Mega level 3, that is going to be what you use when you go after this Pokemon because it will help you out the most in yielding the most XL candy, which is very important. However, if you are going to take down this Pokemon, we obviously have ice type Pokemon, but then we also have the Primal Kyogre, which will be in spot number 2 because it does get Blizzard, which will be a very, very powerful attack on this Pokemon. Okay, so obviously I would not TM away Origin Pulse if you do have it from this last one because that's going to be an elite TMable move. You'd have to unlock a second charge move, which is effective for the Kyogre, especially because it's so strong. However, now let's check out the Shadow Pokemon because in spot number 1, we do have Powder Snow and Avalanche on the Shadow Mamoswine, which is crazy. This Pokemon is a boss. It is definitely worth investing in, even though, I'm going to point this out for you guys, it's very, very glassy. It does go down extremely fast, so do be cautious on doing this if you're like really liking the tankier Pokemon and would rather just not take Pokemon down quite as fast and you'd rather have something last a little bit longer for you. And then in spot number 3, we have Shadow Mewtwo with Ice Beam. That Pokemon there, remember, that is going to be add a second charge move onto this Pokemon. That is not, especially if you've already elite TM'd onto Shadow Ball or Psystrike, you do not want to TM away from that. And then we have the Weavile with the Ice Shard and Avalanche, which would then move us out of these Pokemon and into the non-shadows, including the Megas and the Primals. Obviously, Primal Kyogre number 1. We already talked about that. Number 2, we're going to have Abomasnow with Weather Ball in the ice form. And then next, in spot number 3, we are going to have the Galarian Darmanitan. This Pokemon is good, but it is also glassy, so do be cautious there. This is going to have Ice Fang as well as Avalanche. In spot number 4, regular Mamoswine with Powder Snow and Avalanche. This will take 442 seconds in comparison to 376 seconds to take down this Pokemon, so that just shows the power of the Shadow in Pokemon Go. In spot number 5, we're going to have Mega Glalie. In spot number 6, we have Water Gun and Hydro Cannon on the Mega Swampert. Just remember, as we talked about in the XL Candy Boost, this one will be dual purposed here, so you could choose to use this Pokemon, especially because you're going to be able to use this as the number 6 attacker, which is really impressive just because of how powerful it is, even though all these other Pokemon are using the dual ice typed weakness, which is really impressive for that Pokemon. Then we have the regular Mewtwo with the Ice Beam, regular Weavile with Ice Shard and Avalanche, then we have Jinx with Frost Breath and Avalanche, and then we have Avalugg with Ice Fang and Avalanche. And there's a bunch of budget counters in here as well. Remember, Mamoswine, budget counter. Anything that's not a legendary is going to be a budget counter, which makes this Pokemon extremely easy for us to be able to counter it down. Then we have Glaceon with Frost Breath and Avalanche, and then we actually have the Mega Blastoise coming in here as well with the Water Gun and the Ice Beam. But think about it, using Ice Beam on this Pokemon, the Mega Swampert with all water is better than it, which really blows my mind. And then we have the Kyurem in spot number 13 with Dragon Breath and Glaciate. In spot number 14, we have the Articuno with Frost Breath and Ice Beam, and then we have the regular Kyogre, so obviously not even close to as good as the Primal, and then we also have the Frost Breath and Icicle Spear on the Walrein, and that Pokemon is very easy to obtain because we have had it for a calm day, so we should have more than enough candy to be able to use that Pokemon. So now let's look at the weather conditions that's going to be affecting this Pokemon. Obviously sunny weather is going to boost this Pokemon, which is going to catch it at level 25, and it will also boost its ground type moves, which is really not that big of a deal here. Then in the next spot, we will have the partly cloudy weather. The partly cloudy weather is going to affect all of the rock type moves, which will be problematic for our ice type Pokemon because they are weak to that. And then in the cloudy weather, it's going to boost the Focus Blast, which will also be strong against the ice type Pokemon. And then as far as the rainy weather will boost all the water type Pokemon. In the snowy weather, we are going to get a boost to all of our ice types, so we will be able to take this Pokemon down the absolute fastest. And then finally, in the windy weather, it's going to boost the Outrage, but that's not really problematic except for the Kyurem. Okay, so that is going to be the Landorus Incarnate Form in Pokemon Go. I hope you guys have fun, get that shiny, enjoy yourself, and do what you do. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.